So what are the kind of information that you have within the register? Huh? What are the kind of information you have within the register? Abi? So you need a form to register for something. You need what? Be it online or how do I put it? Physical. Manual. You need form, right? So an inside form, what are the kind of information that they will be requesting you to fill? Sex? Okay. Email address. What else? Huh? Is it being recorded? I hope so. It's recording. Alright, so we good? So we have name, name, first name, gender or sex, and what else? Email, date of birth, state of origin, and so on and so forth. Huh? Country code, yeah. Alright, so this is what we do. The first thing we are going to be doing here now is we want to create a div here. I'll give it ID. Register. Then inside it, the first thing we need is the form tag, because we are creating a form, so we need the form tag. Without this form tag, the form element we want to use won't work, so we need the form tag. Are we good? Alright, so we want to have two, are we together? Yeah. We want to have two segments for this form, or for the register page. We want to have a section where you ask for account information. Account information has to do with what? Username, password, right? Then, for the sake of this class, we just add confirm password, then the button where you click on to log in. Then we have another section for personal information. That's for sign up. If you've not registered before, you can just sign up and register, right? So those are the two sections that we're going to be creating on this particular page. So we create, you can use legend to separate those sections. No, field sets. So the name is going to be the legend. So this is the first field set. Are we good? Now I'll show us something now. Let me just, before I add this one, let me do the first one. So I'll show you what it's going to look like. So this is the first. Alright, so this is the first field set. Can you see it? Can you see it? What can you see? A box, Abi? That's for the boundary for the first field set. Alright, so If you should duplicate it, save. That means we'll be having two boxes, Abi. Right? Are they two now?
Yeah.
So we need to label each one of them. We need to label each of it. So to label it, we use legend. Inside the field set, you can use the legend to label it. So for this first one, we want to give a legend of account information. That's what I say we use it for, as account information. Alright, that's the legend for the first one. And the second one, we use personal information. So inside form, how many tags are we having? Inside form, how many tags are we having? What and what? Huh? Alright, so each of we're having two field sets and two legends, Abi? So the legend is the label for each of the field sets. We good? Alright. So don't mind the ways. Let me see. People at the back, can you still see it?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we move on? Moving on. Moving on. Oh. Alright, we good? So we're going to be using table to create the information. So the idea is for the account info, we want to have a field for username and where the user will type his name, field for password and where the user will type the password. Do you understand? So that's 2 columns and like 4 rows, right? Now this is how we do it. Do you understand? So this is what we do. Let's create the table first. Are we all familiar with table? So you create the table row, and inside it we have the first TD. TD is what? So for this one we have username, table data, or table dimension. So username, then that's for the first TD, and for the second TD you use impute tag, and this is how you use impute tag. So impute tag is another type of an empty tag. This is it. Do you understand? But you need an attribute within it. The attribute you need is to specify the type of input, and the type we are using now is just to type text. You understand? So if I should save it and refresh this, I will have the username and where the user can type his name. So you can type here. You understand? Moving on. Are we good? Are we good? Alright, so the second row we want to use password for it. TR. We use TD. This one is password. So the second TD you can still use input type. Input. But the type for this one, you don't want the password to show when you type it, right? Or do you want it to show? No. So you change the type to password. So with this now, when you type the password, it's going to be encrypted. So you can, depending on the browser that you are using, you can show and hide it. Do you understand? Are we good? So for confirm password, I'll use the same thing. Please, are we all together? Huh? So if you don't respond, that means we are together. I'm using H. Doesn't matter. You can still put it there. Together. Are we done with it? Can we move on? We there? Let me know when you're there. Alright, so for the last one, for the last row, we want to have a button. But before then, we can't see the text, have we? Or can you see it? So let's create a CSS for the TD. Go to the CSS just for us to see it. Please, are we following? So we have register TD. and it's just for us to change the color. So we change it to white. So if I refresh now, you can see the text now, right? Can you see it? Okay. Alright, so I want us to add another table row. So this one will be for the button. So the first TD will be empty. Why is it going to be empty? Why is it empty? This TD will be empty. We won't put anything there. Huh? Okay. Yeah, why are we creating a blank space? Huh? We don't know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll show us now. So that these are the first column. We don't want the button to fall here. We want it to fall here. So that's why we made this one empty. You understand? So the button can be here. Are we good? But is it submit we want to use? Is submit okay? So what should we use?
Or login.
Login or sign up?
Login.
Login again.
Yeah.
So we change the value to login. So we use the value to change the. You can choose to put exclamation, you can choose not to put it. Your choice. We good? Alright. Now you notice that the first and the second column, they're having, like this one, they're having equal width. These two tests now, they are working with the longest length, which is the confirmed password. That means if it's longer than this, they are still going to take that particular width, right? Because the second column, they are starting on a straight line. That's after the first one. So you want the first one to be wider than this. So you can add an attribute for the width to any one of it. Either username, either password, anyone. We want the width to be 250. Save it. So it means that every other thing will be 250. Just to create this space, right? Are we good? The 250 is attached to this guy, username. But because it's for the first column, it affected the other column. That's the password and confirm password, right? And even the login that we didn't put anything on the first one. So, but if you want the text to now move closer to that impute, you can use align. But this one you change it for everything. Align right. This will only affect the first one. You understand? So you can align each one of it. Are we done with it? So this is what you have now. If you want to leave it the way it was before, you can decide to leave it. And if you want to do this too, your choice, right? What we are doing now is we are creating the form. Are we good? So what we are doing now is within the table. Are we done with this?
Yeah.
Huh? Move on, or what do you say? Are we there?
No,
Up or down?
yeah, okay.
Alright, sir. Oh, we are not done with it, sir. We are not done. How many codes are we writing? Let's move on, please. Now, if you want to increase the, like for the username, I want to increase the size of the text box where you type. So you can put size there. So you can increase the size. The default size is 25, so you can increase it to 30. So please check all these tags. Don't create this space. Look at it. This is 41, the one that is coming here. But because I have reduced screen, that's why mine is breaking it to the next line. I'm sure you know that already. The same thing with line 40. So you don't need to press enter. These two, they are on a straight line. The TD line is on a straight line. Good. So let's do it out. So you can see that the username is wider than the rest, right? Right?
Yes.
Now for the password, if you don't want it to have more than, let's say 15 character or 10 character, let's use 15. For the password input, you can get the max length. So let's make it 15. As you do that for both password and confirm password. So if you are trying to add more than 15 characters, it's not going again. Do you understand? We good? So for username, we use size to increase the wideness, and for the password is max length to restrict the amount of characters that you enter. Right? Are we good?
Yeah.
Alright, so can we move on? Am I too fast? I'm very slow. Extremely slow.
For the username, we use size.
Yes.
For the password, maximum.
Yes. You know the function of both, right? Are we good? So, which attribute did we use to change the label of the submit? Which one? To change the label of the submit, to change that text. Value, right? So we use value. Alright, so can we move on? Moving on. Can we move on? Alright, so moving on to the next thing. Let's go to the personal info. This one, we need more what? More TDs. So let's create a table for it too. So for the first TR, the first TD, so we want to ask for the first name. First name. So first name should use so which of the inputs are we meant to use for this? Which of the inputs? Input type. Yeah? Huh? Text. Perfect. You guys are on point, yeah? It's the same. It's the script that you have to, so it's not part of what we do. So the type is test. Alright, so for this you can still increase the width to, that's under the first TD. You can increase the width to, what did we use for the first one? We used 250 for this one too. Then you align it right. So that's for the TR. The first TR. That's the first table row. The second table row, the first TD can be middle name or initial, anyone you want to do. So you align right. I'll copy this TD. So I want the size of this input to rhyme with that of the username. So what was the size we used for it? 30 abi? So for the last, or for the next one, use last name. Are you following? So continuation. So it falls on the same line because we use the same width, right? And we align it right. So it's as if it's just continuation, right? It rhymes. Are we done with it? They are lying. Their line is showing red. I don't understand.
Showing red.
Let me see what you're saying.
Yeah, like this. Next yeah.
They said it's showing red. Yeah. Where is the color? Are we good?
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this your yeah? Oh, why should come? Where are you writing the code? Where? Up to where? Who said I should move it up? So we are good here.
Yes.
You are not aligning. Please, I need us to get something right. Some of us we didn't observe that part. That's the first TD is because of the system, so I understand. It's the way the system is shaped. Can we still see it? Okay, so this is it. The first one, look at it. Username, you add width to it, that's what is making it wider. Then you align it right so that the text moves closer to that input. And you align the remaining two, that's the password and the confirm password. So that's the same thing you repeat on the information under personal information. That's for the first name, you add width to the first name, align it right, then you align the middle name and the last name. Do you understand? So let's do that. Let me see if I can continue with it like this. Huh? You what? I should what? Wait now. Do you know? All right, moving on. Are we there? Are you there?
I'm not here.
Oh. Koshi? Abi? Huh? Koshi Abashi? Wow. Yeah, let's see what Koshi. Just try to teach. I think you made the same mistake. So you was done, you made the same mistake. Your own was showing straight to the what did he have to do? So what do you have to do? Alright, can we move on? We good? Alright, so the next thing we do now is please, I need our attention. Are we together? So the next thing I want us to do now is to get the gender. Let's ask for the gender. Now for this, what do you think we need as input? Gender or sex? Am I right? So what do we need to create the for gender? So you are either what or what? No transgender. No other. No. Exactly. It's transgender. Transgender. Well, we don't need it. So we put input. The type that we use here now is radio. Huh? You see it now. So this one is male. Copy. Paste. So this will be for female. Female. So now this is it. If I refresh, I have two options, either male or female. Yeah, so I'm not supposed to be able to select both. When you select this one, you're supposed to unselect this. Right? So use the same name for them and see if it will work. So let's use name, set the name to gender. You see that when they are having the same name, when I click on this and I try to select this, you can only have one of it at a time, right? So you unselect that one and select this. Are we good? What else can we use this for? Marital status, right? Huh? So for marital status, you are either married or you are either single, married. No, you are single. It's just you are just a single human being. So marital status. The tau is incorrect. Yeah, I believe so. Status. Are we good? So for this we use marry. I'll just use marry. Not with Y. You can use any name, that's the point. But if you want them to be the same, you use the same thing for them. So you are either single, married, or which other option? Complicated is not an option. Divorced.
Not an option. It's not an option.
Separated. Huh?
What is the difference between divorce and separated?
They are not the same.
They are my voice. They are not
They
together.
are not together. Exactly. That's the complicated one. Huh? Are we good? We asked them. It's not in the real answer. Huh?
Now, without that slash ending after the name.
It will still work. But that's the way you write a single tag, right? Are we done with it? Are we done with it? Huh?
Yes.
Moving on.
Yes.
Alright. So let's use this for, we can use this for employment status too. Abi? You're either employed, unemployed, or what? Huh? You're unemployed now. Retrenched. Okay, that's true. That should be an option to employ. Huh? Yes. Why? You are running. You are running. You are hungry. Exactly. But we don't.
You can delete the remaining 200.
Huh?
You can remove the 200. I thought we did just 2 options.
No, let's do 3. So we have self-employed. Abi?
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Moving on. Are we good? So for checkbox, actually, that's what we want to use next. You can select multiple options. You understand? You know, with radio, is only one option, right? So if you are creating, let's say, social media, are we good?
Yes, sir.
So let's create the next row. So TD social media. So that's trying to ask which social media you're on. You understand? So how many do we have?
Let's just use 3 of
So we have Facebook. What else?
WhatsApp.
Twitter. What else?
Good.
Ah. I hate it that year. I've never used it in my life.
Snapchat.
Huh?
Snapchat.
I don't want to use Snapchat.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, yeah. Let's leave this. Huh? Okay, so input type is what? Checkbox. Because you can be on all the social media, right? So you have option of checking and unchecking. So this is it. So you can check this, you can uncheck it, you can check everything. I can uncheck everything. We good? Are we good? Are we there? Are we together?
Yes.
So, what else can we add? In fact, let me just tell us. What do you say? You can what? So let's use state of origin. For state of origin, we have. Are we together?
Yes.
I hope we know all the state and capital. Are we what? For this, we'll be using select list menu. So use select. Select. Then under the select, you have different options. Are we good? So let's start it. State and capital. So it's just the states that you get. Yeah. Adamawa, Aqua, Ibom, Anambra. What else?
Bauchi.
Bauchi, yes, Sabi. Benue. Bono. Are you checking it from somewhere?
No. Alright, so.
Huh?
Are you seeing it tonight?
Bono, what else?
No,
Cross River, B. Is it Cross River?
I think it's good.
No, go BK. Cross River. Cross River, then what else? Delta. Ebony. Yeah. Ekiti. Enugu now. I think after this one is Gombe.
But when you really try, you are very good.
I think you curry.
Some of us we used to just tell you.
Which one is next? After you go, which one is next?
After
So, if you can get the rest, the Lord help you. Complete it. At least this one is more than 10, like 15, thereabout. Are we good? But the idea is when you save and refresh, you have this. Alright? So you can pick anyone. Are we good? Can we move on? Are we good? So moving on. The next one I want us to do is to upload picture. You have not finished. Don't worry, you complete the rest. That's for the option. So we good? So this one is upload picture. So for this we use impute type file. So this one you can browse for your picture. You see choose file, you can browse. We good? Oh boy. Are we done with it? This video will be very long. Alright. Moving on. Let's do for comments. We're still going to be creating CSS for it. Right? Are we tired? Good. But we still have a long way to go. Comments. For the comments we use test area. Are we following? Test area to create comments. So this is what it will look like. So this one now you can create and this is a comment box depending on how full your comment is. But we want to get the initial size to be bigger than the default. This is the default now. So we want to increase the default size. So let's change the size or the rows. The rows will affect the height. We want to have 5 rows or 5 lines at a time. So this will increase the height of the test area. Then you can increase the size. Or curves. That's the size. Columns. So you use curves. So you want it to blend with that of the username and the first, middle, and last name. So that's 30. So it will end here. It's a bit wider. Yeah. So something like that. But we want to push this text up. How can we achieve that? We want this comment to start from up here. How can we achieve that? Huh? We have text align here already. So what you do is, it's still align you use, but we use vertical align. So you have V align. V align, that's vertical align, equals, is it top or up? I think it's top. So V align top. V align is what? Vertical align. MC. Are we done with it? Are we done? Alright, for the last row now, let's do the last one. I'll just copy this input, that's the submit that I use. I'll copy that row and use it for this. So we change the value. What's supposed to be the value for this one? Huh? The value for this should it be login? What should it be? Register B. So what's left for us to do now? We need to style it, right? So that's the last part of this class today. So let's start. Shall we? Huh? You want to do it yourself?
No.
I thought I would tell you to do it yourself. Alright, we're good. Let's see if this is still recording.
Oh my gosh. I still get the same.
Are we there?
No. They signed it.
Are we there? Are we there? So moving on. Moving on. Okay. So let's create CSS. So from the look of this preview, what do you think we can change here? How can we make it look better?
Accounts.
Okay, account information and they are not showing, Abi. So if we have to change this, what are we supposed to create CSS for?
Register legends.
Huh?
Register legends.
Perfect. So what if we want to change the border here? Right? Perfect. You're correct. So let's change the border first. So it's going to be register field set, Abi. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's go to the CSS. Hold on. So register field set. So we want to change the border, right? So we put border. You can make it. You can give it 2 pixel size, solid, style, color. Should we use white? Huh? Should we use white or orange?
Orange.
Or green? Let me use this yellow. Huh? Then border radius. We know what border radius will do, right? So it creates that corner radius for it. So I want to use 10 px for that. Alright, so this is what we have in. So you can choose to give it margin. So margin. So just to create margin between them, margin top, bottom, let's use 30 px. Left, right, we use 0. So that will create space in between them. Can you see it? We have space. Then I want to change the legend. Register legend. Are we good? So you want to increase the font. You said no, and I continue. You want to increase the font size to 22 px. You can change the color to the same color we use for the border. Alright, so you can make it bold using font weight. So I'll just use bold. So that's good. Do you understand? Are we good? Alright, now for this field set, this legend, and this TD. So for the TD, apart from the color that we change, you can increase the space between each line of text. They are too much together. So let me use 40 px. So that will create space between them. So that will create space. Can you see it? You have enough space between them. Are we good? Yes. Moving on. Are we there?
Yes.
So we want to change the appearance of the input. Currently, this is what we're having on there. You can see the way it's showing. So I want to change that. So now, you know, we have how many type of input do we have? We have different types.
We have different types.
Have we? So we need to be specific on which one we are talking about. So we put input, and inside, look at this bracket. Can you see this bracket? Is box bracket. You put type. Equals, you specify the type you are addressing. So let me say test for now. Okay, so let me just do for, I will add another thing to it, but let me do for this one again alone for now. So let me say padding 5px, border radius 5px. Now use border. px solid so you can see that these ones, they are different in size, right? They are bigger than the password, right? Can you see it? The test, input type test, is different from the way this one is showing, right? Yeah. So let me so you want the password to have the same thing, so you can put comma input type. So instead of creating a separate one for it, so you put comma input type equals password. So this same CSS will affect the password. Okay, can we move on? Okay, I want us to create a focus. Focus is when you click inside any of the inputs. Test, then after the closing box bracket, put colon focus, like colon over. What to do? This for test and password. Want the background color to change at this point. Are we following? Okay, sorry. Don't let me use this brother. I'll just increase the width. So this is the way the focus will work. You see that it's making it bigger. When you click on any one of these, it's bigger and the color changes. Right? You can use another color. You can use any color. Alright, moving on. Can we move on? Moving on. Our time is up, Bobby. Huh?
So the box sizing property.
Huh?
What the box sizing property?
What's the
Box sizing property.
property
Yeah. Like
or the effect? I'll explain it to you later. But the idea is, let me explain it. When you create a box, right? And create border. The border go outside the box. But the box size same with border sizes. The border will be within the box size. Yeah, within the box size. So instead of it being outside, it will be inside. Alright, we're good. So the next thing I want us to do is to create CSS for the button. Button. You know the button, are we?
Yeah.
Alright, so register input type is what? Input type is what? Submit. You can change the background color to any color of your choice, but let me use a color that I have not used before. This is green, Abby. Hold that none. We change the color of the text. What can we change the color to? Should we use white? White on green, I don't know how that will show, but I think it should show. Padding. Top bottom 10 pixel, left right let me use 45 pixel. Border radius let me use 5 pixel. Now for you to know that is a button, when you place your mouse on it you want it to show pointer, so you use cursor pointer. Now as it is now, you see when I place my mouse on it, it's not showing any pointer, right? But let me refresh this. When I place my mouse on it, now it's showing hand. That's the cursor pointer, but this color is too bright, so let me make it a bit dark. So let me use 9. Yeah. Yes, it's showing better now, right? Huh? I want to create rollover for it. Let me use CCC for this one, then I'll use FFF for this. So when you place your mouse on it, we good? So let's stop here for today. Yes, sir. Huh? You can continue, Abby. Do you all agree?
Yes. It's a demo process.
Register in which time?
Yeah.
Why do we put
Register input type for focus, Abby. That's when you click. I explain now that when you click inside it, that's why it expanded and the background changes, because that's the property we specified there. So 2 hours. We've tried 2 hours 7 minutes.